This is Redemption, an actual play podcast set in the Star Wars role-playing game system, with Chris Burlew as the GM and also the droid R3A1.
If you act like a drunk, nobody bug you.
Kendall Jung as the Twi'lek former Padawan, Karel.
My feet are down.
Michael Waldschlager II as the Duros pilot, TAZI.
The figure of my father in the dream dissipated into this green mist.
And Nathan Robinson as the Nautilin gunner, KO.
How are we going to hide that big of a thing?
Episode 206, Daddy Issues. With only hours to go before the attempted assassination, the crew race to get into position to act before TAZI's father can pull the trigger. However prepared they may be, they are not quite prepared for what happens next.
I'm going to go lay down.
Yeah, I think you guys should take some rest.
Actually, here, before you go, just take this Bacta pack and put it right there.
Oh, that's cold. I like that.
Yep, there you go. Now go sleep. Go sleep,
yes,
A1.
I'll talk to you guys later.
A1, if you could put the map of the stage on a pad for me so I can go over that while I sleep or try to sleep. Do you do that?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go to bed. I'll lay an actual bed rather than my pod.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'll see you tomorrow, I think. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, just KO kind of walks away. As KO is walking to the bedroom, not the one that Karel went to, obviously the other one. He's looking at the data pad. He's got the stage up, and he's kind of looking at it. And as he's doing that, I'm going to do a knowledge warfare check.
Okay.
I'm not trying to figure out where the gunshot's coming from because we're pretty much understanding where it's coming from. What I'm going to be trying to do is I'm just trying to understand like different scenarios that can occur from the gunshot and also ways that I could possibly prevent a gunshot, because I can't necessarily understand it, but I can understand at least like scenario. Like I'm basically trying to imagine how, like, if there are people here, where would they run? If people are here, where would they run? Like, just kind of trying to get a way to maybe make a little bit more protection and all that good stuff. So that's what he's trying to do while he's bandaged.
I get average.
Okay,
I don't think that'd be too difficult.
Yep, a success and an advantage.
The first thing that's going to pop out is the fact that all around the stage are Rhodian security forces. Mm-hmm. And you're pretty sure that if the shot happens, you're not going to be able to get on the stage. The Rhodian security forces are going to prevent you from doing it. The best you could do would be to sit in the crowd and wave and holler and try to get her attention. You're not going to be able to get really close enough, especially since you know they don't trust off-worlders. Mm-hmm. And you've already been kind of warned by some of the security forces that they think you guys are assassins. As much as you want to try to disprove that, they think you are.
Okay. No, that's good. I was hoping to maybe use that to advantage later. We'll see. Yeah, so that's cool. I'm good. I'm gonna go sleep, I guess.
All right. So what is Karel's gonna go sleep?
Meditate and then sleep.
Okay.
Because she basically goes back to her room and meditates before she goes to sleep because it worked. Ayla Secura suggested it. It gave her something.
All right.
And that's one of the first times that's really kind of... She doesn't usually get force vision. So she's like, you know what? Something to this.
TAZI, you're going up to the cockpit?
Yes, sir. TAZI heads up to the cockpit thinking that he thinks he's going to contact maybe the Jedi, maybe try and get a hold of Ayla Secura, but then he thinks better of it because of the interactions we've recently had, and they really don't want us involved, and he thinks maybe it's better for us to kind of go this alone at this point.
Yeah, the Jedi was a little upset with the questioning of what happened with Darth Maul.
Yes.
KO and Karel roll average perception.
1 success.
1 advantage.
KO, out from the back, you hear A1 kind of banging around.
God. KO goes to the source of the banging.
Your advantage is it doesn't disturb your meditation.
Okay. Yay!
Yay!
Right. Makes sense that my cabin's further forward.
Yeah. You go back there. A1's plugged into his speed box, and he's got a bunch of tools up. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm about to go lay down. What are you doing?
Well, we gotta stop this sniper, right?
Right.
So you need your gun, right?
I mean, that maybe. Yeah, I mean that would be helpful, but I can't have heavy weapons on this planet.
I know, but if we hide it.
How are we going to hide that big of a thing?
Yeah, But you're hurt. Put it in a crutch.
I mean,
Then you got to limp around.
I guess, yeah, but I mean, at the same time, if they catch it on me, I'll be pretty in trouble.
So you don't want it?
I mean,
Are you sure? I got it. It's almost done.
I guess you can finish it, I guess.
Okay, got it. All right, I will. It does kind of stick out, though, that Corell took that away from me.
You know, you're really hyper.
Yeah, I got a new box.
How did you get a new box?
I made one. Corell took the other one away.
Right, so you didn't do this.
So I didn't do what? No, she took it away because the stowaways came on, which I still think is my fault. They came on board, so I get punished? That doesn't make sense.
You didn't.
It's not logical. So I just made a new one. She can have that one. She said I couldn't use that one.
I mean, you know, I should probably tell her this, right?
Tell her what?
That you have another one.
Why?
Because you're not supposed to have one.
No, I'm not supposed to have that one.
I don't have time for this. Whatever.
Okay.
Kale walks away.
All right. He goes about doing his thing. He's going to try to be quiet. What is TAZI doing?
TAZI's in the cockpit, like, just relaxing right now, trying to gather his thoughts, and
okay,
you know, he's thinking a lot about what's going to happen if he sees his dad, but you know, it's really going to have to be a spur of the moment thing. You know, part of TAZI wants to kill him, part of TAZI wants to just hit him real hard and have a long conversation. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, TAZI's nursing his flask in the cockpit and like just kicking back in his pilot's chair with his feet on the console, and probably try and catch a little Z's if he can.
Okay. So TAZI falls asleep, and while you're asleep, you have a little dream. You see yourself walking down a dark hallway. You come up to a door. You open up the door, and it's a plain, dark, kind of gray room. There's a window opposite of you. In front of the window, your father's there lying down, and in front of him is a sniper rifle. You begin to move forward, but the shot still goes off. It shatters the window. You rush forward to see where the shot hit. In a blink of an eye, you look down at your own chest and see that the shot has hit you. You look up, your father's standing in front of you, and he simply says, "But please don't let me do it again." And then his body slowly disappears into a green mist, and you wake up, and you're just covered in sweat.
What the? And TAZI like kind of jumps out of the pilot's seat, just mopping sweat off of his face, and like turns quickly to go out of the cockpit and runs down to Corell's room.
Okay.
Starts just banging on the door.
Kale wakes up to the thumping of him running.
What? And Corell opens the door. TAZI, you've been working out?
Yeah, but that's not
covered with sweat.
Yes, but that's not important right now.
Okay.
I can't even explain what just happened.
Was it a bunch of little Ewoks?
No.
Little different colored Ewoks?
No.
Did you catch all of them?
Disturbance in the Force?
No, hey, Kale. I had a dream. It was my father. Looked like it seemed like he shot me with a rifle, and then he asked not to do it again, and not to let him do it again, and then he disappeared into green mist. I think the witches are controlling him. The green mist is that stuff that they were talking about.
Came out of the guy who they cut the leg out of his leg.
It's the Dathomiri witches they talked about. I mean, I know a little bit about them. I mean, I don't know if they can control people, but
if they're force users,
the mist looked just like I would have imagined the stuff that came out of that leg looked like. It was like a green, like literally like dissipated. The figure of my father in the dream dissipated into this green mist.
I mean, I wonder if like maybe he tried to reach you. I mean, I don't know how this stuff works.
It could be just your subconscious, or maybe the force is just kind of giving you a warning.
Are you doing your forcey-warsy stuff?
I didn't do anything. I was asleep. Remember
no, I mean,
the whole
like, did you do
thingy?
it at all? I mean, like, did you like? Did you try to like think something up? Like, were you trying to get a vision?
I was meditating I fell asleep about an hour ago.
When did you fall asleep?
I don't even know. I was nursing my flask in the chair, and I nodded out.
Did you run here straight from the dream?
Yes, right from. I just woke up minutes ago.
But how long? I mean, it's a dream.
It could mean something. It could not. I don't know. Unfortunately,
no, I believe you, TAZI.
No, and as they're going back and forth, as they're talking, like TAZI just like pounds his fist on like the bulkhead. Fine.
No, we believe you had the dream. That's the thing.
No, I understand that you believe me that I had this dream, but it's got to mean something. And
I believe
Tazi
that
turns
too.
around and just chugs down the hallway back toward the cockpit.
Probably means you're just afraid of your father hurting you again.
I don't think that's what that was. I think he actually had it.
I actually think it probably does.
And you guys actually hear the cockpit door slam.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he actually, that was not a I'm afraid of my father thing. I think it was I think the Force was trying to tell us to stop his father.
Well,
but, it's whatever.
I think the Force probably knows we're trying to do that already. It's just... But I think it's probably a lot of it is subconscious.
I don't know.
It could be a little of column A and a little of column B.
I think he's too drunk for subconscious. Anyway, so Kay kind of undoes some of the bandages. He also was laying on a back-to-pack, so, at this point, he's probably pretty good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings.
I guess so. It's going to be a really interesting day.
Good night, Ko.
Good night, Corell.
In the cockpit, Tazi slumps back down into the chair and just finishes the rest of the flask, and then turns to computers to his left, starts looking up everything he can on the Dathomir witches. Everything he can find about the folklore, what have you, how they work. So I'm going to do a basic a lore check.
Okay.
What are we going to do for the difficulty?
They're pretty secretive. I would say
3?
Yeah.
Hard?
Yep.
2 successes.
You did it.
One success. One success.
The legends, they mix magic and the Force together.
Do any of the legends talk about their ability to possess or control an individual?
There are rumors of it. Nothing's been, confirmed, of course.
Do those myths or legends talk about how it works or how it's supposed to work?
They keep themselves their secrets are pretty tight. They don't let people know.
So after about an hour of scouring everything he can find on the Dathomir witches and not finding very much to confirm or deny, what he thinks. Again, Tazi kind of just pounds he hits the input interface hard enough to crack it on the console, and just stands up and starts pacing the cockpit back and forth
You turn around and A1 standing at the door. Problem?
Yeah. Look, I just had some kind of weird dream a little while ago. I told Ko and Corell, but it's about my father, and it looks like my father shoots me, and then my father asks me not to let him do it again, whatever that it is, and then he disappeared into this weird green mist in my dream. And I can't help but think it means something, but I don't know what it means. I think the witches are involved. I can't find anything about these witches. I'm at the end of my rope. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Maybe he doesn't want to hurt you again.
I just don't know. And he slumps back down into the chair and just kind of sits forward and cradles his head in his hands, and then we star wipe away.
Cut over to Corell in her quarters, and at about the same time this is going on, she's been sitting on her bed meditating, or trying to, and she just sighs and reaches over, grabs her data pad, and punches up a holocall and tries to call Ayla Sakura again.
Okay. It's been a little while. It's been a few hours. She answers.
Yes?
Hi, Jedi Sakura. I have some more information for you and a question, if you might.
Proceed.
One of the bits of information that I think it was on the data pad, but it has to do with Tazi's father and some of the Dathomiri witches. You're familiar with them?
Only the stories.
Well, we believe that 2 of them are here with him.
Okay.
And they may be controlling him, so he may not be doing whatever he is doing under his own control. Is that, I know you can influence emotions and thoughts with the Force, but that long term, that even with the dark side, could someone actually make someone do something like that?
Those that are weak-willed are easy to control.
From everything Tazi says, that would be his father. The other thing the question I have is Tazi, he is not Force sensitive, but he just had a very interesting dream where his father shot him with a sniper rifle and before dissolving into green mist said, "Please don't let me do it to you again."
Okay. Perhaps that's what his father wants him to know.
I was thinking it just might be, he feels that his father's going to hurt him again, but I guess it could be just maybe there's strong enough flux in the Force here that he's seeing things too.
Maybe his father's just strong enough that he's able to take a little bit of what the Dathomirians are doing and reach out.
Perhaps. Is there any way to sense the Dathomirians' power?
No, they can shroud themselves.
Okay, we think we might know where the shot is coming from.
Okay.
From the Rhodian Theater, two of the boys were able to find what seems to be a shot location. The Rhodian Theater could be a couple of the upper levels, but we're not sure where yet. We would tell the security forces, but I don't think they'd believe us.
I believe that the Force wants you to deal with this. And when I mean you, I mean your crew.
I saw something, and that's what led us to that. And by the way, I don't think the target is on Akandafar.
Then who is the target?
The senator from Naboo.
Very well. Then you and your crew stop the sniper, and I will make sure that Senator Amidala is not injured.
We'll do our best.
Good luck, Padawan.
And she cuts it off.
She knows better than that. And
And you got a distinct feeling she was trying to hold her temper back. Not temper, but she was short with you. Not that she was the most talkative before, but her frustration, that's a better word. She's trying to hold frustration back.
okay. Carell just sighs and goes to sleep, or tries to go to sleep.
All right. And we star swipe it to the morning.
Carell is actually in the kitchen area with her head down on the table, and like her arms are crossed on the table in front of her, and her head is laying on it, like she's almost asleep.
Good morning.
Hey, Ko.
Did you not sleep well, apparently?
Not really. I still have a little bit of a headache.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Here, he tosses you a small
The
bottle.
nose is better, though.
That's good. He tosses you a small little bottle. It's essentially space ibuprofen. And he gets started on cooking. So today, Ko wants to have a solid breakfast because they're going to be battling many much people. It's an assumption of his. So he starts cooking. He is making the regular, not powdered eggs, but they did pick up some actual nice, not space eggs, whatever they are, made of whatever creature. And he's making those eggs, and he is using bantha milk because it is delicious, no matter what they say. And then he's making a delicious omelet, scrambled eggs right now. So he's making a delicious bacon treat as well.
All right.
So he's making a delicious treat, and he lightly presses the comm button. It's just a call button to the cockpit. He's not asking TAZI to come up. He just hits the call button from the kitchen. He would see that's from the kitchen. So he hits the button, and then he kind of puts it together for Carell, sets it in front of her, and he's like,
Thank you.
No problem. Kind of goes
Do
back.
you have any quiet forks?
I suppose you could use this plastic one.
That'll work. Thank you.
A few minutes later, the cockpit door opens. You can hear the cockpit door open quickly and then slam shut. You hear stomping kind of down the hall. The stomping cuts.
So loud.
The stomping goes toward the quarters area, and there is the sound of things being rustled and moved and rustled, and then there's more stomping down the hall. Stops at the antechamber, the middle of the hallways. There's some light cursing.
This is pretty good. Thank you.
No problem.
And the stomping kind of comes back out toward the kitchen area.
I think my taste buds are working again because it doesn't taste like that kark that TAZI was drinking.
Well, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. So Ko, he hears all of that happening, right? So as TAZI's entering, there's already a plate in Ko's hand held out towards him. Ko's not actually acknowledging TAZI as he's very much guying this right now for him.
TAZI actually kind of brushes past the plate, doesn't take it, goes over to the counter area, pours himself a glass of frap, downs it quick, pours another one, downs it quick, takes a hit from his flask, turns around and says, "Feet down in 5," and heads back toward the gangplank.
Well, I don't want to feed you either.
Carell looks very tiredly under her table. My feet are down.
He's talking about the ship, Crow.
He wants to leave in 5
You're fine. But Ko, because Ko spent time on this damn food, Ko stomps up into the cockpit, sits it next to him, and just walks away. Doesn't say a word, and he just slams the door shut on his way out. He's trying to just do something nice for the clocking. Whatever.
A1 rolls in right behind Ko. You gonna eat?
TAZI looks over at the plate and picks up a piece of the tauntaun bacon and kind of nibbles on it a little bit and then puts it back down. He said, "I think I've had enough."
As you do that, A1's little hand pops up and he puts it on your back and he starts slowly kind of rubbing in a circle.
"What are you doing?"
Doesn't that make you feel better?
No, it creeps me out.
All right, I'll be back. And then he just leaves.
Tazi stands up and follows A1 out of the cockpit.
You follow him. He rolls right up behind KO, pops his little hand out, starts rubbing it in a little circle on his back.
Thanks, little buddy.
Then he rolls over to Corral and does the same thing.
Oh, little to the left. Note to self, articulated hand. You need to be able to scratch. Corral and KO are standing near the exit hatch.
You guys ready to go?
I could use about 4 more hours of sleep, but you want to go now? We go now.
Better to be there and be ready.
You want your gun
Gail, the bacon was fine. Thank you.
in disguise?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, give me the gun in disguise. Let's see if I get arrested.
He brings out, picture a big gun that he's kind of modified to look like a crutch, and then he gives you a big robe to go around it all.
This is not happening.
And you put the robe on, and it smells a lot like his frelp.
This is not happening. No.
No. If you act like a drunk, nobody bug you.
Oh God, no. This is not happening. Nope. This is not. This is disgusting.
Okay, I tried.
Wear it or don't wear it, but let's go.
You are really. Never mind. Just whatever. Tosses his stuff on the nearby table, and before Tazi can be any more grumpy with KO just exits the ship.
Corral puts a hand in front of Tazi for a second, just stops him and looks at him and goes, if it makes you feel any better, I think we're here for a reason. Not just to save your dad or stop your dad. I think the Force wants us here for a reason.
I'm glad the Force has its reasons. I've got my own.
And that's fine. I'm just saying, you're not in a good frame of mind.
No.
Remember, we think he's being controlled by these people. He may have and you've said it yourself, he couldn't hit the broadside of a sand crawler if he was standing next to it. So if he's going to be sniping somebody from that distance, somebody's going to be controlling him. So when you're there, look for that person and shoot. Let me put it in a way you'll understand. Dooku the kark out of him.
That's my plan. The longer we stand here talking about this, the less time we have to react. I appreciate your view on this. I really do, but we've got to get moving.
One more second. A1, have you detected anyone going into those rooms yet?
No.
Okay, nothing's happening.
Well, it's not like we're parked next door to the theater.
We have 5 hours till the speech. Okay, it's going to take us 10 minutes to get there. We can take a minute for you to try and calm yourself down. I just don't want you doing something you'll regret. Look, I'm worried about you. I'm not in the greatest control of my temper some days, and you're worrying me. Let's just put that in your brain. So, think about it.
I will put that in my brain.
You know what they mean. Let's go. And she walks down to get to the speeder.
And Tazi exits the ship, hits the remote button, boop, boop. The gangplank retracts and into the ship, and enters the speeder.
Okay. Where are you guys going?
Corral, KO, I'll drop you both by the stage, and you can take whatever positions you guys deem are necessary.
That's fine.
I'll leave the speeder with you guys. We're going to take up a position near the alley. That should give us plenty of time to get over there if something.
So KO fires up the speeder and drops off himself and Krell near the stage.
I'm going to try and get as close to the stage as I can, and hopefully nothing happens, but, maybe I can deflect something, or...
That's going to ring a bell in KO's mind.
Or
right, yeah,
or maybe tackle the senator.
No, so I was talking. Talking about that. So I was kind of looking at the way the setup was from the map that A1 had gotten from the detention center when we were there.
Right.
The way they have the security set up there, you are not going to get close at all to the stage.
How so?
So he brings up the map and he points at all the dots. Those are actually security forces, and they've created a bubble essentially of
how big of a dead zone?
They're stationed at the bottom of the steps.
Okay.
So you've probably got at least 50, 60 feet before you could even get to the edge of the stage, and Senator Amidala would be even further back.
That's going to make this a lot harder.
I know, right? I thought of that last night. Sorry for not telling you before.
There's a lot of guards. I don't even think I could sneak onto the stage.
Well, technically speaking, you probably, this is just me thinking, if you wanted to be able to get close, you could probably use a connection with Ayla Sakura to get with her almost in a retinue.
We talked about that when we first met her, and the Rhodians don't trust outsiders, and we now are well known in Rhodia. There's no way they'd let us on the stage.
But again, Ayla Sakura has a little bit more clout than we will ever have, and she technically
But
could.
she's the one who told us that.
Right.
Because when we first met Ayla,
If you don't want to ask, that's fine. I'm just saying it's an idea.
I'm just saying,
Maybe you should
we
ask.
did ask, is what I'm saying. When we were first here, we asked if we could help because nobody knew us.
KO dials Ayla Sakura.
Hello?
Hello, Ayla. I've got a
Yes.
question for you, and it just is really quick. If you can help us, that'd be great.
Have
If you
we
can,
ever figured out what it is between those two?
I'm
so
listening.
is there any chance you could help maybe Corel get close to the stage?
Why?
We never figured
Well,
it out.
because we're trying to be able to help you hopefully protect the senator. If maybe one of the senators may not be the one who's actually trying to be assassinated. I'm just saying.
I will be standing next to Senator Amidala.
Okay.
I told Corel all she has to do is take you guys, go to where the assassination's going to be, and stop it.
All right. Okay.
He sounds really contrite now.
That's always been her problem. She doesn't listen that
Maybe
well.
she's chewing him out.
You noticed that too?
Yes.
Yeah, she's a treat, isn't she?
Oh, that's kind of sweet about them to say that.
All right. So that's fine. I'm just
Anything else?
not today.
Okay. Thank you.
We're gonna have a date later.
She hangs up. And it's odd for her to be that short, because you remember her being a little more friendly, but
What'd you say?
She said to go to wherever we think the shooting is going to occur and stop it. You included, Corel.
A1 goes, I'll stay here.
Well, I told you she didn't think we'd be able to get on the stage.
Wait, she told you we couldn't be on the stage? When did you talk to her?
Well, when we first came here. We
No,
talked
we
about
didn't talk anything about the stage when we first came
Well, we
here.
didn't know about the stage then, but look at she's not going to let us up on stage.
And when you
What?
said you'd stay, what?
Yeah.
I thought you had to be closer to use the sensors.
No, we could have stayed on the ship.
That would have been a problem for the rest of us.
Well, yeah, I thought you wanted to be here.
I do want
let's
to be
let's
here.
just go. Let's find a spot to park this, and we'll go towards the
The theater.
theater.
So, is anybody staying here to try to protect the senator?
I'm pretty sure Ayla's got it on unlock
How do you know?
because she said so.
Oh,
They did just have a conversation.
I wasn't listening.
Literally on
Well,
the
none
on
of
the
us
comm.
were listening. It was on comms. Most of us don't eavesdrop.
No, he eavesdrops on pretty much everything you do. Just fair warning.
What?
No, I don't. I didn't know anything about the conversation she had last night.
Conversation she had last night.
I don't know anything about it.
Tazi walks up to A1 and kind of kneels down
Oh,
and
what are you doing?
pops the box out of that socket.
Oops.
He turns to Corel and tosses the box to Corel.
This is an upgraded version. Didn't I take this away from you?
It's a different one.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's right.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
How come you knew about this?
I found out last night
because we talked.
Why
last
didn't
night.
you tell me?
because I was asleep.
He was.
How were you having a conversation while you were asleep?
Well, so I was
I
going
used the
to
force.
How were you having a conversation when you were supposed to be asleep
Well, we're awake right now.
Yeah.
last night?
no. So
What A1 was just talking about. Who did you talk to?
Oh, I was meditating.
so you were talking to the wall.
So yes, I was meditating last night, and then you had your bad dream. So I talked to a friend of mine who is really good with dreams.
So you talked to Ayla Sakura.
She's very good with
Yes.
dreams.
No, I mean, no.
A1?
There's a lot of levels.
I know
of-
nothing about it.
There's really a lot of levels of being creepy, and you are reaching all of them right now.
He reaches up, puts his hand on your back, and starts rubbing it in a circle.
Thanks a lot,
Even
buddy.
more creepy. Look, I told Jedi Sakura that we've been skipping a lot of things that I think she needed to know. She didn't even know it was the senator from Naboo.
Okay, hold on. So this is going to be, super paranoid guy talking, but
Shock, awe, surprise.
all right, yeah, I get it. Funny, haha, it's funny. He's paranoid all the time. I get it. It's funny. No, what I'm saying is again, what I said beforehand worked out exactly what happened. You told people that, hey, a senator is going to be assassinated, and they arrested us. Hold on. So now, you went ahead and told the same person who got us arrested the first time that, no, not that senator, let's redo this. It's another senator, and you think we're not going to get in trouble again?
Correct.
Wow.
We told her the first time,
Huh?
and she told the
How
Rhodians.
have you
But
not
we would
been
not
arrested?
have gotten arrested except we flew the ship back in, and they found us.
Wait, that means she hasn't told the Rhodians.
Right. That's either...
She told the
Really?
Rhodians, they just didn't believe her.
No, about the second one.
Right. That's either
I
really
don't
good
know.
or really bad.
Why don't you eavesdrop on her conversations for a little while?
She's not close enough. Oh, that's fine. Let's just do this thing. We need to stop your
Fine.
father.
Tazi turns around and walks toward the theater.
Okay.
You know, when I try to talk to
Why don't
him,
you park this somewhere? Corell turns around and walks towards the theater.
It's parked. Is that really... what's with all the huffing? Whatever.
Everyone looks at you. I'm going to stay here.
Did you really have to huff?
Isn't that what we do now?
Apparently, that's what we all do.
Okay.
So, good job keeping up with the what we do here on this ship.
Can I stop rubbing your back now?
You don't have to rub my back to begin with.
Okay. Is it creepy or does it make you feel better?
A little column A, a little column B.
Okay.
It's nice. I mean, it's weird because you're a robot, droid, whatever.
So if Corell did it, would it be better?
Not really, no.
Oh. Tazi?
Maybe.
I'll ask him. Why are we having this conversation?
I don't know. You're the one that started it.
All right. We swiped it. You guys all walked into the theater.
Tazi looks around the alleyway looking for a good spot to sit in where he's got vantage on the stage and vantage on the theater. So it'd be fairly close to the entrance of the alley.
Yeah, that's easy to find.
KO actually has a cloak, just so everyone to know. Not the
Stinky one?
not the stinky cloak.
Stinky cloak.
Not the stinky cloak. When he goes across the street, he swoops it around his shoulders and he pulls the hood up and he just leans against the wall.
Is there like a cafe or anything nearby?
Yeah, little
Like
ways,
something with outdoor seating or something?
Yeah, you could find something down the road from the theater, but you wouldn't have line of sight of the stage.
We're killing time at this point, so I'm gonna go
Yeah.
there and get it. I'm gonna get a calf and
Okay, you sit down and
read the local news facts.
you do what tourists do in a little touristy spot. All right, nothing happens for quite a while. A few hours pass. It's now right around noonish. Nothing exciting.
Carol keys up on comms.
Guys, I need to go hit the little Twi'leks room. This is my 8th cup of caf. Somebody watch for me. Save my seat. Bye.
Carol gets up and goes to the bathroom.
I got you covered.
Did you plug your speed box in?
No, you gave it to her.
A couple minutes later, she comes back out and sits down. Another calf, please.
I think you're good.
Somebody brings you a calf.
Thank you.
So nothing really exciting is going to happen. I mean, it's a kind of a boring day. You get to watch them set up the stage. You get to watch all the security forces set up. You see different event coordinators coming around, setting up
The velvet ropes.
Yeah, that kind of thing. They're setting that up all along the edges where they don't want people to be in.
Foot traffic barricades.
Yeah, there we go. You can see they're setting up little VIP areas where they've got actual seats that people can sit on. And I mean, they're making a big event out of this speech. The news crews move in.
I'd like to make a check to see if any of them are Duros.
There are not.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will not make a check.
No, they're all Rhodian. You will see Ayla Secura walking up on the stage as she's kind of directing some of the security too. And she makes a point of standing where Padme is going to stand and where she's going to stand. And she makes a point to put her body in between the theater and where Padme is going to stand.
KO gets on the comms really quick. He's like,
Well, at least she's going to protect the Senator, I suppose. Well, she said she would. Oh, did she? I wasn't part of that conversation. Well, I mean, it never happened. She did say that to me, too. I mean, oh, right, you're being... Sorry. Calm out.
turns off the... comes out of it, leaves the conversation on the comms. Right. So
Then there's just like 10 seconds of radio silence, and then the Corral's comm turns off.
Everyone says, so, they're setting up. I'm going to try to find a place to stand.
He goes up and tries to be part of the sound crew setting up the sound equipment. I'm going to have him roll a skullduggery check. Only one success.
Who the hell's road is this? Whatever. Take this and hook it up.
He does. He just starts hooking stuff up. He does his thing up on stage, helping set up sound equipment. A couple hours more passes. About 2 o'clock, people start lining up. I mean, people show up an hour early.
Hey guys, I think people
seats.
are lining up. Very observant of you, Shadow King. You taking lessons from Captain Avon? You don't even know where I am right now. No, you're in the alleyway. Well, you know, because you saw me go in there, but nobody else knows where I'm here. You're in the alleyway. You don't know that. Which alley? I just told her. I can... If I pull you up on my database, I can see where your comm is. You have GPS. Yeah, okay, look. Anybody else who has no action... Nobody else who has any access to where I am knows where I am. Except for you, because you know where I am. Because my freaking comm... If everyone else looked at me, they wouldn't see me.
Tazi turns and waves.
You know I'm here. You saw me go back here. Stop waving at me. Fine. When you look at me, do I look like I'm hiding well? Well, I can see you, so no. You can see me, but you know he's there. You know I'm here. Well, if you didn't know he was there, would he be there? Oh, this is like that
thing we studied in the Jedi Temple.
Yeah,
If a tree on Kashyyyk falls, but there's no
let's
Wookiees
focus,
to hear
guys.
it,
Let's
does
focus.
it make a noise?
I'm focused. I am.
We're waiting for things to happen
So
before I have my
focused right
16th cup of calf.
I'm focused.
You guys stay here.
I'll be right back.
I'm going to the theater. I'm coming too, then.
Same as me, just after I get back from the bathroom. Be right back.
A couple minutes later, Corral comes back. You guys are heading towards the theater. You gonna try to sneak up to the theater?
I'm going to.
Tazi's going to ask A1 to open up the side door.
I'm following Tazi, so.
Okay. Corral, are you following Tazi?
But I'm being sneaky about it.
Okay. Average. Click. You hear the door open. And you see Corral trip as she's going across the road. Stumble into a few people.
All right,
Sorry. Don't mind me.
Stupid Twi'lek. Off-worlders, I tell you.
They smell funny, Mommy.
I know, honey. It's fine.
Okay, guys, new plan.
What? Oh, hi.
What do you want?
Why are you standing in the... Get inside.
Before we go inside, we think the sniper's going to be on the floors 3, 4, or 5. Each of us will post up on one floor.
I'll take 4.
I'll take 5.
I'll take 3.
There we go.
Unless we're going to double
That's
up. That's
teamwork.
I thought you said you'd take 4.
No, I was never mind. You chose 3 after we all
Okay.
chose. Anyway, it's
Yeah, so I end up with 3 regardless. Yes, I understand.
Should we maybe draw the floors out of a hat?
no,
No,
just that's it.
let's-
We're good.
this is-
3, 4, and 5. Got
I
Guys,
think this is great timing.
Don't mean to interrupt,
it. Yeah.
but the door on the opposite side of the building just opened up.
Perfect.
Where's the stairs from here?
In the door.
so let's
Let's get upstairs.
Tulsi, let me know if you have any trouble. All right. I mean, I'm not saying you're not good at fighting.
If
but
any of you have trouble, we should
I'm just saying.
keep comms
we'll be
on.
within
Just
reach.
Give me a com.
I assume we'll all mention if something
Why
pops
don't
up.
we just leave our comms open?
It is open.
Well, then let's go upstairs.
All right. I'm moving.
I go up to 5.
I go up to 4.
Tazi goes up to 3.
All right.
Tazi's not searching the floor. Tazi's going to take up a position in a side room near that stairway and then wait for A1 to cue him in if somebody opens a door on that floor.
That is the exact same thing Kao's gonna do.
Krell stops and tries to reach out with a force, but she's starting to feel nervous and a little edgy because of the caffeine, all the calf she drank, and she just can't manage the focus to sense if anybody's nearby.
Okay. All right. So a little while later, A1.
4th floor. Door on the opposite side. It's opened.
Perfect.
I'll wait at the stairs near that on the 5th floor.
Sounds good.
I
Tazi?
move over there.
I'm coming up behind you between the 3rd and 4th floor.
All right. Don't shoot you. Check.
Please don't. Please don't.
So
There may be a Duros that looks a lot like me. Remember, I'm wearing the flight suit.
He won't have your sense of style.
right.
True. Very true.
Fair. So kind of goes up to the near the curve, not through the curve. How's my tentacles feeling?
Right now, I would think the only feeling you're really going to get is tension.
Death O'Meary.
Well, you're going to get, I mean, there's tension from you, tension from, because Tazi said he's coming up there.
That's fine. Can I go ahead and get some kind of check to hear? Do you want me to make a perception
Sure.
or all right? What do you want me to do it against?
It's 2 reds and a purple.
Oh my sweet lord!
Hey. He's not.
Oh,
Is that a despair?
yeah, I succeeded, but I got a despair.
Okay. You go to listen, and all of a sudden, an alarm goes off on the 5th floor, and you hear,
I didn't do anything yet. Where's the alarm going off?
it's on the 5th floor, opposite side of where you are.
It's not even near me.
And you hear footsteps on the 5th floor running.
I'm gonna roll a cool check.
Okay. I would think that would be pretty hard, because you want to protect your teammates.
Right. Yep. And in fact, a disadvantage. I run without any care in the world.
You turn around
Yeah, I run.
back towards the stairs to go up to the 5th floor. At the same time, Tazi is coming up. You run right into him, and now you guys are kind of
Sprawled.
tangled within each
Well,
other.
Tazi's kind of in Kao's arms.
Yeah.
Like, Kao doesn't really move when Tazi runs into him.
You're carrying him.
I kind of pick him up.
Upstairs, Corell hears the alarm and tries the first door she comes to.
Okay.
Lock.
Currently, yep.
A1, unlock room 507.
Okay.
Click.
Hey, there's an alarm going off on your floor.
I hear it. I don't know why. And I duck into the room.
And then it stops.
The alarm does?
Yeah.
I shut the door and I listen
I-
to it. Listen to the door.
I gently play.
Put me down.
I was doing that as you say that.
Guys, the alarm turned off.
We, just so you know, we can hear that.
You're being shouty.
A1, did you turn it off?
No,
Okay, who's doing this?
I don't know.
Did you
Find out.
Did you see a door on the 4th floor go off?
Check for other connections into the network.
Okay.
A1's got to make his check real quick. A1's.
Yeah, somebody else is in the system.
Can you kick him out?
Do we want them to know that?
I have to jack in to do that. I can't do it from here.
Stay where you are. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm listening through the door. Do I hear anybody approaching, or?
No.
Did you see any 4th floor doors open, unlock, anything like that?
They're from where I am. They all look open.
Right. So
Somebody else is in here now.
All right, floor by floor. I'm going back down to 3. You take 4. Corell, check the rooms on 5.
here we go. One at a time.
Yep. Start one at a
My
time.
bullet gun is ready.
The screen actually shows like 3 layers.
Yeah, cuts into 3s.
Yeah, so we're each checking a room in parallel.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll just start checking rooms, I suppose.
All right.
Cut to 3rd floor. Tazi, it shows
3rd floor.
Tazi kick open a door. There's nobody there. Tazi kicks open another door.
Roll a either warfare or I would even buy perception on this one.
Difficulty?
Hard.
That's a failure.
Wow.
With 1 disadvantage.
Okay.
Let's be perfectly honest. That's 3 failures.
Yeah.
All right.
Tazi was in such a rush to push the door open that he was not paying attention to the contents of the room.
You find nothing on this floor. 5th floor.
So the wipe goes from Tazi opening the door to nothing, and then cuts to Corell opening a door at the same. Like the door opens cinematically. It looks like I'm opening the door, and then it cuts to Corell doing the same thing.
Sticking her head into the room and kind of.
All right. Same thing. Same check. Perception or warfare. Looking at your sheet, it's probably going to be perception.
And you said it was a hard check?
Yeah.
No.
You find nothing on this floor.
That is 5 failures and 4 advantages.
You find nothing, but at the same time, nothing finds you.
Okay.
That'll be your advantages. Cut over to KO.
I'm checking the rooms.
Okay. Roll perception, because you've already tried this with warfare.
Suck it, Trebek. Okay, go away. Go away. 1 success.
Partway down, you get about halfway down, and you open up a room and you look around, and it's the manager's office. So it's the biggest room. It's got the nicest view of the street out front. But you look at it and you're like, man, if I was going to shoot somebody, this would be a great room to shoot him from.
I slide the door shut and I stand in the corner.
I'm pretty sure I found the room, but there's no one in it yet. If that makes sense.
Stay out of sight.
I'm doing what I can.
Okay. What are you two going to
I'm
do?
going to continue checking the rooms on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, you find nothing on the 3rd floor of any clues either.
Upstairs, Carl doesn't say anything, but she goes into the last room she checked, which is nearest the stairwell.
Mm-hmm.
And she closes the door, leans up against it, and just closes her eyes and starts trying to meditate on the situation to see if the Force has anything to tell her.
Okay.
I'm not doing it mechanically, but that's
Right.
what she's doing.
Oh, I got you.
When Tazi reaches the end of the 3rd floor, back to the opposite stairway, he stops for a second and looks up the stairway and he says, guys, I'm going to the roof. And Tazi starts making his way up the stairs to the...
Okay. As you start doing that, you know the speech is about to start. Tazi starts heading towards the roof.
Yep, Tazi starts climbing the stairs.
Corell gets the feeling that KO said, I'm in the room, that it might not be a good idea to leave him alone.
Carell is going to get up and very quietly move down the stairs to the 4th floor. I'm attempting again to use my paltry 3 green of stealth.
You have to go against their perception, which is a red and 2 purple.
1 success.
Oh, all right. You sneak down there and you're undetected. Okay.
So we're both... Corell and I are in opposite stairwells.
All right.
And you're sneaky.
Yep.
As that happens, from above KO, you hear a noise in the ventilation shaft.
Really? You're gonna use the they're using the ventilation shafts. How contrived?
And they are on the 4th floor. At least one is, that you can hear.
Right. At least, I mean, I think they're here. Something's in the vents, I suppose.
Tazi's still on his way. Like, how many floors do I have to go up to get to the roof?
So it was 6 floors.
The sixth floor,
so
yeah.
it would be
So
equivalent to the 7th floor.
So Tazi hits the top floor of the stairway, the roof access, and just kind of throws his shoulder into it as he's opening it with, like, grabbing the handle and throwing his shoulder in.
Okay. You burst the door open with your whole 140 pounds, and you're on the roof. It's an empty roof. There's nobody up here, except for you.
Carell's standing in the 4th floor, like, stairwell, listening intently at the door to see if she hears anybody approaching KO's room or in the hall.
Over the
outside.
comms, you hear a loud...
Okay, so you're listening. Perception check. It's 2 red and a purple is what theirs was.
Tazi jumps back into the stairwell and runs down toward 4th floor.
Okay.
2 advantages and a failure.
'Kay.
So I don't hear anything.
All right. The speech is Anaconda has taken his spot. So, I mean, obviously so is Padme. And from above KO, come busting out of the ventilation shaft is a woman about 5'6", wearing red, got a little red mask on. And she jumps down and pulls out this little bow that's kind of odd because energy forms and she fires an arrow at you. She gets a black die for that. She missed. She
missed.
fires this energy arrow and it hits the wall right next to you.
Energy arrows? Really?
Rolling initiative.
Yep. And then we drop into initiative.
3 successes.
Hey, they match up with my 3 advantages.
1.2.
Okay. Well, she already went. All right, so PC1, if you'd like to go.
I try to shoot her.
Okay.
I mean, I look around. Do I see anybody showing up with her?
Just her right now.
I don't like this, TAZI. Your dad's not here.
As I'm gearing up to fire, I will also use true aim. Watch me miss too. So, nope. 1, 2, 1 success and 2 advantages on my blaster. So that is 8 points of damage.
Yep, next person to go.
When I hear that, I'm going to go through the door, and I will use a maneuver to get down to the room.
Okay.
Is the door to the room is not open, so can I use it? Suffer 2 strain to use another maneuver
Sure.
to get in.
Okay, as you're opening the door, though,
Okay.
the NPC that went before you,
All right.
that's been waiting, she's going to drop down.
Oh, right in front of me.
Yep.
Okay. Inside the room or outside the room?
You're in front of the door. You're opening the door.
Right.
She's going to drop down right behind you, and she's going to try to basically hit you into the room.
Okay.
She wants to push you into the room. Oh, okay. She actually jumps down and she hits you with a kind of short sword, but it's real curved and real
Okay.
jagged looking. She does hit. I need the percentiles, please. I'm sorry, I rolled a triumph.
Though while she will connect, Corell spins at the very last second, bringing up her lightsaber to parry part of it. I'm going to take 2 strain to do it.
Oh, so it's 6 damage, pierce 2,
Okay.
and I rolled a 97 on the crit. But you will suffer 1 strain each time you perform an action for the rest of the encounter.
The question I have is, since I'm pairing again with a lightsaber, unless she has a cortosis.
It is.
Okay. So Corell hisses in pain as she takes a hit like right below her rib cage, and turns around and brings the lightsaber up in a vicious cut from the lower hip going up towards her shoulder. Does she have a defense?
Yes, she has a melee defense of 2.
2?
Yes, 2 black dice.
Okay, so that's 1 threat and 5 successes. She's going to take 15 damage, breach 1.
You cut her in half. Breach 1 ignores 10 points of soak.
Yeah,
A lightsaber can cut anything in half.
except her sword.
PC3?
TAZI continues his run down the stairs. I think this round he probably reaches the 4th floor.
Okay. Yep.
So TAZI hits the 4th floor landing and then just again kind of throws his shoulder in as he's opening the door to get into the hallway.
Okay.
And I probably walk in to see Corell, like the upper left quadrant of the figure separate from the rest of the body and fall to the
Okay.
ground as Corell standing in quite a victorious pose.
Corell's like standing there kind of breathing heavily, and you can see blood is sheeting down her right side. Lightsaber's down, and she's just looking at the body and turns to look into the room.
Okay. That was Tazi. You hear over the comms,
I'm coming. I hear the fight. I'll be there.
and the camera kind of swipes over to A1 as he looks up and he sees the lightsaber and all the blaster in the window, and he kicks in his jets and he starts flying right towards that window. All right, so we go back to the top. The one that was jumped down and shot at you, she's going to try to shoot at you again because it worked so well last time for her. She misses with 2 advantages. I didn't blank completely, but she's going to basically, she fires at you again, and as she fires, it kind of forces you to twist, and she's twisting. She's pretty agile. So your return shot will add a black die.
I'm going to use true aim because I can. I'm gonna upgrade my die.
Okay, and you added the black die for her normal. Okay.
Yep, there are 2 now because she has a defense, right?
Yep.
1 success and 1 advantage.
Okay.
So I will hit her for actually 9 because I have point blank, which means I add an extra point of damage when I am in close range.
Okay. Next PC.
Corell will finish moving into the room and basically step in front of KO, but just slightly to the left so I'm not impeding his line of fire. And she holds her lightsaber up at guard, looks at the other woman, and says, "Drop it and you will live. Just surrender now."
All right. Tazi, what would you like to do?
Tazi follows in just behind Corell, and he turns into the door, sees this figure shooting, or having just been shot at by KO, sees Corell take up her position, and, like, the best thing I can describe is that Tazi kind of goes, his vision goes a little bit red, and he physically charges the woman in red, the red female, and goes to actually knock her off her feet, like as if he's going to take her to the ground.
Okay.
And he's actually letting out what would sound like a low growl as he charges her. And so I'm going to roll my brawl, and what would the difficulty be?
It's 2. This is a melee attack, so you add 2 black dice because she's got melee defense.
So the best way I can describe this is that Tazi launches his 110-pound frame at her, and it would be much like a small child hitting an NFL linebacker. Like he makes hard contact with her, and she just plants solid, and Tazi literally rocks backward from the impact, and loses his footing. So Tazi kind of gets knocked backward and onto his behind.
Okay. As you get knocked over, you happen to see walking into the door of this room is your father. He is carrying a sniper rifle like you've never seen before. This is a 6-foot tall sniper rifle. It's obviously had several modifications to it. He kind of looks in the room, and when you look at his eyes, they are kind of a bluish glow, and he just starts folding the bipod out, begins to lay down, and starts to take aim. And that's his action. So we go back to the top.
Dathomiri, which one?
And she doesn't know any better. Sort of. So she sees the lightsaber, and she's going to fire at you, Corell.
Okay.
Because you are now, in her eyes, the bigger threat, because you just cut down her sister.
Fair enough.
So she hits you for 11 points.
All right, so she partially reflects a bit of the energy into the wall, but she...
Well, I was gonna say I think there's probably a part of Corell that was expecting her to continue firing at KO. I mean, just kind of almost.
So she was a little off balance, but she took the hit, but the armor seems to absorb most of it.
All right, so now it's PC1.
Please, Tazi, go for it.
Tazi scrambles to his feet as his movement.
Okay.
And basically ignores everything else in the room now that he's seen his father, and goes to grapple with his father, or grapple the rifle specifically.
Okay.
He grabs onto the rifle and shaking it, and he's like, Dad, stop, this isn't you.
Okay, roll brawl. I am going to flip one of these over, so upgrade that. So it's now going to be a red and a purple. Just because I think, in my mind, this is pretty intense for you, so I think it would be more difficult. And you've had 3 other light sides if you wanted to flip one of those over. That's fine.
There's 1 success and a disadvantage.
So one success.
So Tazi, in his struggle with his father, manages to use what little power he has in his arms to lift the barrel of the gun up toward the ceiling and hold it against his father, pushing it back down.
Yep. All right, PC2.
I'm going to assume Corell can finish what she's got going on, and I basically run to help Tazi with the situation.
Okay. Roll a quick perception check.
Sure. What am I rolling against?
Average.
I got an advantage. At failure and advantage.
Okay. You don't see that then. Okay.
Okay. I basically come up behind Tazi, and because I don't really want to, like, KO doesn't really want to touch Tazi's father, and Tazi, like, he basically just tackles the 6-foot gun.
Okay.
And tries to rip it away, and he's pretty beefy. So,
right.
Athletics or brawl or...
I'd say brawl. You're trying to...
I'm diving for it, though. I mean...
I still think it would be brawl because you're trying to rip it out of his hands.
Sure.
Not trying to long jump him. It's only average, or it's 2 because it's a brawl.
2 successes and an advantage.
Okay. You successfully take the gun out of his hand.
So basically, as KO kind of sees what's going on, he sees you kind of struggling with your father, and he doesn't want to get in that fight, right? He doesn't want to like deal with that, and he wants Tazi to deal with that in his head. That's how it's working out. Mm-hmm. And so he literally just sprints across the floor and grabs the gun, like jumps and grabs the gun and rips it from both of them, and he's probably stronger than both of them combined.
Yeah.
So KO kind of spins out of the way and lands on the gun and got it in his hands. Doesn't really have anything else to do. He just kind of sits there for a second, trying to assess what he's done.
Corell is going to advance and is going to like level and bring the lightsaber around and swings very heavily, taking a point of strain from her critical wound, but is aiming specifically, I'm taking a maneuver to aim, at the weapon in her hands.
Okay, so that it's 2 black dice, right? We decided?
Which includes, yes, now I'm at 4 black dice. And that is a triumph.
Pretty much the black dice didn't matter.
Actually, that's all I have is a triumph. So basically, I chop the weapon in half, and then I just again say to her, hands on your head, surrender now.
Okay, I know. I'll have her do something on her turn. So, back to Tazi's father. He's looking right past you, and he's trying to push past you, and he is focused on the gun. And you just hear him, have to kill her. Have to kill her. And he is trying to get past you. Let's see how successful he is. Not very. You manage to hold on to him so he can't get past you, not let him pass. And that's all he's doing.
Tazi's got him wrapped in as much of a bear hug as Tazi can.
Yep. KO, you've wrestled the gun.
Yeah.
So you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye at the window. A1's made it to the window.
So
you hear
yeah,
as he runs into the window.
So this is a maneuver. So KO literally like as he's like sitting. So to explain, KO's like rolled around, is on one knee, has this 6-foot gun like laid against his shoulder. It's like the stock of the gun's on the floor. The barrel and the rest of the gun are laid against his right shoulder. And from like behind his left, he hears, and he turns. He sees A1 and he just lifts the window open. It's like, really?
I'm here. It's back to the top, PC1.
Tazi's again pushing against him, trying to keep him away from KO and the gun. And, continues to repeat, Dad, it's your son. Leave this alone. No. Dad. And
roll a perception check. It's an average perception check because you're face to face with him basically. Because I'm picturing your dad's tall too.
Yeah,
tall, skinny.
We do aside from eye color and a little skin shade, we look very similar. And his eyes are more of a shade of blue than red.
Yep, and glowing right now.
Wow.
I succeeded.
Okay.
3 successes and a threat.
No, that's 3 successes
and an advantage.
And an advantage.
This is why other people look at my dice.
So like I said, you're face to face with him. His eyes are glowing, and I described him as blue because I pictured his eyes being red, and if they're glowing green, that would make him look blue. You can tell there's definitely something there, and he is not in control, and he just keeps muttering.
Then my action
to kill her.
My action will be to loose an arm to club him with the butt of my gun.
Okay.
So Tazi struggles a bit to get his pistol out of its holster, and he spins it in his hand with his quick draw. Instead of pulling it up, he pulls it so that he's holding onto the barrel, and Tazi tries to lay the hilt or the butt of the gun into the side of his dad's head.
Right. It's average.
I'll call that a melee.
Yeah, that's why I said average. It's just a melee. Give yourself a blue die because he's not actively trying to defend
not with
himself. Yeah. I mean, he is trying to get to that gun.
But not to, like, trying to dodge, move you.
The butt of my gun basically glances off of his head, doing no damage, not distracting him. It's literally an annoyance.
Okay. I'm going to roll a...
She ain't got no bow weapon.
She's
got a short sword like what the other girl had. I'm going to make a discipline check for her to see if she stays. Wow, she does, but that's a lot of threats. So the next 2 attacks against her, if 2 people attack her, would get a blue die. She does kind of muster some strength and pulls out that little sword and just kind of looks at you and just hisses and charges forward and attacks you because, again, you're the only person currently trying to attack her.
Okay.
Do you have any defense? I forget.
Yeah, 1 melee and 1 range, so.
Okay. She misses.
Does she have a melee defense?
She does. Melee 2.
All right.
So Nick,
Corell is going to do the exact same maneuver as before. Stay down. It's over. I'm going to also tap into the crystal in my lightsaber to try and recover some strain.
Ooh, this could be interesting.
Okay, that actually worked. So I took a maneuver to aim. Then I spent an action to do the attack, which she managed to get out of the way of. Not a problem. However, I did manage to recover strain.
Okay.
So.
Okay. KO. I think you'd be next, right? Yep. Anyone says, give me the gun. Then they can't shoot her.
I've got the gun. It's good.
But I want it.
No.
Fine. Do something cool then.
Like what?
I don't know. Shoot her with that gun.
What are you talking about? I'm going to take true aim. You going to give it to me?
And don't forget,
she's in melee.
So
Right.
the other purple gets upgraded too.
A purple gets upgraded?
I forgot about that.
She also has I also have an advantage against her.
Yep.
Kale really likes guns a lot. It's kind of a thing. So he literally he just kind of props it against he sits down, he props it against the side of his thigh, and he just kind of hip shots it, but he's got it against his thigh, and he's kind of look down, and he's just kind of oh, this is gonna be good. 4 advantages.
Okay.
It goes off really good. And doesn't hit anything, but whoever...
It puts a big hole in the wall behind.
You basically... No, I got it. Basically, you shot at her, and it passed so close to her face that she is blinded for the next round.
That's one.
So the next person who gets an attack on her gets the blue.
Let's say...
And she gets a black on her next attack.
Tazi's father is also, confused because of the gun that he's supposed to be using just went off.
I would say, yeah, the sound of that gun going off in the room...
has discombobulated.
Again, it's an energy weapon, but it's been heavily modified, so...
Yeah. And it blows a nice big hole in the other wall. Actually, a couple of walls.
Oh, I'm keeping this.
And Tazi's dead. Can't get out of your arms. Because I didn't roll very good. And A1 pulls out his holdout gun. I got it.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. And we're back to the top. PC1.
No, technically it's the woman.
Yeah. All right, so she's going to try to hit you again. Okay. I think I might stop rolling tonight.
Yeah, 1 threat.
Yeah. I miss again.
That's so good.
So, PC1.
Tazi pulls back continues his struggle and pulls back the gun for another shot at his dad's forehead.
Okay.
And try and ring that bell one more time.
You did it.
I didn't
do it.
Oh, no, you didn't.
There are no successes.
Do it.
Again, the butt of the gun just kind of glances off his dad's head.
He's got a hard head.
You get a blue again.
It does. And I've got 2 advantages. I would say the advantage is that the second hit causes his dad to stagger a little bit. So the dad gets a black die to his next roll.
All right. Yep. PC2.
Same thing. A success and an advantage.
Okay. Against her.
Against the weapon she's holding.
Oh, you're trying to knock the weapon out of her hand.
So basically, I have damaged her weapon. It is minorly damaged.
Okay.
So I have to do
3
Oh no, I have one other advantage because of the lightsaber. So it's 2 points. It has 4 stages of damage that it can take. So if it takes 2 more points of sunder damage, it breaks.
Right.
Because it's cortosis.
Yep. Okay.
And I take a strain. KO notices she is still bleeding very heavily from her wound in her side.
Tazi, your father managed just to, you swing and you kind of glance off the side of his head, but you overswung. And he manages to sneak his head underneath you and slips out and is now free of you and heading towards KO. Which, really, the fact he rolled 4 threats is kind of more his threats, is the fact he's still going towards KO.
It's not a good decision on his part. KO's turn?
Yep. At this, shoot at her again?
No. KO's KO's not in a position to be like worried about what's going on with him. Mm-hmm. So he's really aware of the situation. So he sees Tazi's father coming near him. KO's gonna drop the gunish behind him. He's 6'6", so he can do this. He stands. That's a maneuver. I'm gonna take a strain to also take another maneuver towards Tazi's father. Okay. And I have the manacles from the before, the ones that are not attached to steel that I ripped off. And I'm going to try to use my Nautilon ninja skills to slap these cuffs on him and kind of push him back towards Tazi.
Okay.
You want to do that as a brawl?
Yeah, do brawl. Yeah. Just average again.
Do I get a blue die for him being all brr?
Yeah, he's focused on the gun. Like, his hands are outstretched. He's just trying to get to the gun. And, I mean, you hear him muttering, have to kill her.
Yep, 2 successes and 2 advantages. So so basically, as he reaches towards me, I grab both of his hands, I spin him around, I manacle him behind his back, and I shove him back towards Tazi in one fell swoop. Okay, but no damage. It's just me doing that. So he's now stumbling into you, Tazi.
Great.
Deal with your daddy issues.
A1 misses. He fires at the girl the other night sister that's still up.
A1, stun!
Stun her? That's silly.
Yes!
Okay. And now we go back up to the top.
So is it my turn right
So
now?
Night Sister this second.
It's her turn.
But then it will be you.
She's going to try to swing at Corell again. Unbelievable.
Holy cow!
4 failures.
Yeah.
He's trying his damnedest, everybody. He really is.
I mean, I was hoping this would be a little more fear of death, but not with those dice rolls. So she swings and misses again and might just throw herself out the window next round.
I mean, let's be perfectly honest.
I will catch her.
Does
her cortosis blade get stuck in the hole in the wall that KO blasted?
Yeah.
Man.
It's next PC.
That's the best.
So KO pushes Essek toward Tazi, and Essek stumbles forward, and Tazi can still see that blue glow in his eye. Tazi toggles a switch on his pistol, pulls it up, point blank at his dad's head, and says, "Sorry, Dad," and fires a stun shot.
Okay.
And I'm flipping a light side point.
All right.
And he does it.
Fire away. It's only DC 1 because he's close.
I'm taking a blue die because he's bound.
Oh, yeah. And he's basically, in reality, he got pushed towards, but all he's really doing is turning back towards the gun.
Yeah.
That is very much a success.
Wow.
I've got 4 successes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And one advantage.
That's like 13 strain, isn't it?
You get a lot on your gun.
Doesn't your weapon do 9?
Yeah, so that's 13 strain.
He falls face first-ish on the floor. Yeah, he
Crumples. Literally
he
just
crumples. That's more than he's got. Next PC.
I'm going to flip a destiny point also to upgrade my attack. Look, we've cut your puppet strings. It's over. Drop the weapon, and you will live. And I'm going to cut the weapon out of her hand again. Maybe I'm not. A failure.
Hey, I know how you feel. You're rolling 2 yellows, 2 greens, 4 blacks, and 2 purples, and you can't hit either.
Yeah, I failed. I failed at it. So she pulls the weapon out of range. Carl takes another point of strain.
Next PC, because Essex out, so.
Kale just like turns and looks at the woman.
Ooh, use the anti-material rifle like a bat.
He pulls it out and he's all like shrugs and walks up to her and just tries to bat her upside the head. Well, there's no real aiming. It's just I say that. Got it.
All the yeps.
Yes. So I don't know what you want to call my
That's what I was
sticko steel.
It's probably whatever a club would be.
That's what I was looking up. We'll count just like a truncheon. That'll work.
That'll work.
That makes sense.
So it's your brawn plus 2 is the base damage.
So 5 and the
And
success.
then plus each success.
8.
Okay. And how many advantages did you get?
1.
So what was your strain damage to her? Or are you...
2 would have given her disorient.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Are you doing strain or are you doing wounds?
Strain.
Just okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to knock her out because I noticed that Corell wasn't just ending her life.
Okay. What's your total damage?
8 strain.
Okay. So it's A1's turn. A1 shot. You told him to go stun, so he does flip it to stun, and he aims at the girl because you said the girl.
And we're both.
This is not going to go well.
We'll rebuild them together.
Nope, he just missed. All right. It is her turn.
Will you please just give up?
I know.
I'm starting to get tired.
Nope, she's bugging out. She's decided this is not a situation she can win, so she is going to look at the open window and roll an athletics check. I'm just trying to think because she has to get past you two to get there.
She does.
So I would say, let's just make it easy for me, and we'll just use his.
And
so
purple.
you said it's
two reds,
2.
a purple, and a black die.
She tries to do like a front flip in between you two, and you guys just basically shoulder block her back into the wall. Yeah.
No.
She does not successfully get past you two. So PC1.
You're
Essek is unconscious on the floor in front of you.
Tazi glances to his left at the body check that just happened and keeps the gun on stun and laces off a shot at the woman that just landed on her keister.
Okay. So purple will be a red because you're still in melee with these two. It's only one difficulty.
Is it one? But
Yeah.
it's going to be one red.
Yeah, you guys are in. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
are in close range. I mean, you're
Yep.
only like 10 feet from her at the most.
Yeah, you're good though.
That's 3 successes.
Okay.
So that's 12 points of strain. Tazi looks off to the side, sees her land on her behind, and just says, "I've had enough of this," and shoots her with the same pistol. Still on stun, the bolt lances into her and just almost as if an electric shock goes through her, and she just drops on her back. From her butt straight to her back.
All right. She's unconscious.
I kick the sword away and
Okay.
then deactivate my lightsaber. And do you have another set of those manacles?
I don't. Unfortunately, the other set was.
Give me your zip ties.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to zip tie her hands together and then blindfold her.
Okay.
Gag her.
It might
I
not
was to
help.
say, can we like stuff something in her mouth?
Gag her.
She's got a mask on. She's
Yeah.
got like a ninja mask. Type
All right. I so while she's doing all that, KO reaches down, pulls off the mask, and just kind of shoves it in her mouth.
She's very pretty. All right.
Tazi holsters his gun and bends down to try to rouse his dad
Okay. He's on.
from the stun.
Yeah, I mean, you knocked him down to below 0 strain. I didn't do the math because it was more than what he had.
Corral, you're still bleeding.
It'll be okay. Hang on. I need to let
KO,
them
give
know we
Corral
got
a
him.
hand.
Calm, and call Ayla Sakura.
KO walks up and just real quick gives an injection on where the wound area would be.
Ow! Thank you.
No problem. Have a good one.
How much does that heal?
That would be automatically 7 and 4 strain.
Okay.
The comm call goes through.
Jedi Sakura, we found the Night Sisters. I've got them.
And Tazi looks at Corral and starts waving his hands.
And Corell, because she's not on video, looks at Tazi and mouths, "Go," and points towards the door.
Tazi nods and looks to KO and motions down at his dad.
KO straps the giant 6-foot gun on his back and throws the cloak above him, and he gets the cloak where it's kind of above and then draping down. It's pseudo hidden at the moment, and then he grabs Tazi's father in his arms and just throws him over his shoulder, kind of tries to swoop the cloak around again.
A1, can you remote call the speeder?
Yeah.
Pull it over here.
All right. Do you want me to take the gun?
No.
I can fly away with it.
Never take.
They won't
no,
see it.
you'll never get this gun.
But they
ever.
won't see it.
Guys,
Ever.
guys, quiet.
All right. And then,
And Tazi looks back at Corral.
We start going.
Can you come in? One of them's down, the other one's just unconscious.
Inside the theater, correct?
Yes, 4th floor, room 402.
Okay. Well, I'm outside the theater right now.
Okay, there's an open window if you can see it.
Oh, I know exactly where the fight is. I've been watching it. But your droid took off, so I followed him.
Would you please come up?
Sure.
I understand that the back door is open.
So the flipped destiny point means that we caught that and switched direction to the other stairwell.
okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys make it down the stairwell to the speeder, and she comes up. I see you were successful.
I'm sorry about the one in the hall. She kind of caught me by surprise. The other one's just unconscious. I don't know how to restrain her, though.
I can take care of her. But I have to explain to the Rhodians what they were going to use to make the assassination attempt.
I don't know what they were doing.
I still have to have a good story. What would you suggest?
If there'd been a gun here...
I mean, the comm's still open. I could
No.
give you the gun back.
And they did. There is one.
As far as I can tell, is they had these energy bows, but I didn't see TAZI's father anywhere.
Now, would you like to make a deception check?
Yes.
Okay. What did we have our perception at earlier? A red
Actually, no, I don't.
Because she did clearly say she watched the fight.
No,
you would have caught that.
Corell actually says, I didn't see TAZI's father anywhere. And oh, wait, we're not on no, she came up, right?
Yeah, she's standing
right
in the
next to
room
you.
with you.
Okay, sorry. I'm getting tired.
Sorry.
I didn't see TAZI's father anywhere, and Corell blatantly winks at Ayla Sakura.
Okay.
I'm the only one here right now. I will go and make a report of whatever you need
All right.
Another
to
big
the
wink.
Rhodians.
All right.
It's a fuzzy.
Oh, okay.
He's a fuzzy.
Look like a bug.
Hello?
I wasn't sure.
He's like a fuzzy bug.
She smiles.
That was
Says,
a bug.
very well. You have to come with me and fill out the report.
I thought you had a droid to do that.
Well, for the Jedi Council, the Rhodians are going to want their own report.
Okay.
Captain Avon, I'm sure, will be thrilled to speak with you.
Corell just puts her arms out in front of her, wrists up, like she's expecting to be handcuffed.
Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary.
All right.
Grab that one. She points at the one that's
Cut in
still
half.
alive.
Okay.
Oh.
I grab her.
I'll grab these 2 pieces of this one.
Oh, she leaves it there.
Of course.
I grab and follow her.
Jedi.
Okay. And she takes you out to one of the Rhodian security forces and starts giving them orders. And of course,
Out of the corner of her eye, Corell sees a speeder silently heading, or kind of moving its way through the traffic toward the space dock.
And she pointedly does not look at it.
yep. And then she sends the security forces up, and they clean up. They do their crime scene stuff. That'll take a while.
Man, it sure feels like there was an anti-material rifle here, don't you think, guys?
Look at the big hole in the wall.
There's a lot that they have to figure out.
There's droid tracks in here. It looks like, judging just by the number of footprints, it looks like there was like 8 people, but
Whatever.
And on the bright side, there's no Duros blood here.
Can't count.
There's 22 people here.
It's because every time they
Definitely.
use the buttons on the calculator, the sucker sticks, so they get like boo 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 oobs.
On Corell's comm channel, as she's heading back with Ayla and the security team, she'll hear a very quick, "Back to the ship when you're ready."
KO kind of taps TAZI on the shoulder, and he's like, stop. He gets out. He's like, take your dad. Take him. Go. And he takes the gun and he jogs after Ayla. Gun! No, he's got. Yes, exactly. Like
And
that.
7 Rhodians tackle him as soon as he starts running toward the Capitol.
No,
building.
he's not holding
The
it like a
embassy.
rayifle. Like
Right.
he's just. I mean, it also.
He's walking. He's using it like a crutch.
Yeah, yes. No, he jogs up behind Ayla and Corell. He's like, "Hello, loves."
Make a quick warfare check.
Okay.
There's a soft
Average.
beeping and a heat on your back.
Because you now have time to actually look at this.
Yes, I do look at it and I know all about it.
Yeah. This has got an extended barrel for extended range. What's odd to you is where the clip goes, there's...
Magazine.
There's a difference.
There's a huge difference in people. I know people that get angry, so it's reflex.
If it's an
I'll
energy
shut up.
weapon, it's probably where the battery pack goes.
Wherever
There you
the
go.
charger thing that makes the gun go boom.
Bang bang.
I made it worse. I'm sorry.
That has
Chris, go ahead and start over.
Yeah, Chris, start over. I'll shut up.
all right. So it's got an extended barrel
Hey.
for extra range, and where the battery pack is, it's been modified so you can tell it will do extra damage, but it's not very secure. It could overload at any time and could blow up. If it got shot by another gun, it's pretty easy to just destroy it. The intent was not for this weapon to survive. Like, this was built with the intent of Essex makes the shot, one of the Night Sisters shoots the gun, boom, Essex gone.
Got it. So he kind of like walks up and he's kind of got it like safety held, not really in a military position. And he's like, "Hello, loves."
Hello.
Did he call you that a lot?
No.
Yeah, it's new to me too.
I found this. It was in one of the alleyways in the theater. I believe this thing was going to be used.
They must have dropped it on the way in.
I must have. I didn't see anybody else with it. Because I didn't.
She's kind of looks a little miffed. Very well. Thank you. And she motions and has one of the security officers take it. Anything?
And you get a fine for carrying a heavy weapon. on the
That's
road,
fine.
Anything else you'd like to disclose?
Nope, that's it. I'm on. See ya.
Anything you want to share
yeah. Or confess.
or confess? Anything that I could help you with?
I am damn good looking, and I know it. Kara just turns around and walks away.
Is delusional part of the way of using, like, dealing with grief?
It can be.
All right. Paperwork?
Yep.
Star wipe to the landing pad where the speeder pulls up and Tazi gets out of the speeder and goes into the back of the speeder and is trying his best to lug his dad out. His dad seems to be coming around, but is still not all with it.
All he keeps mumbling is, have to kill her. Have to kill her.
Tazi looks down at his father and then looks back toward the city where his friends are. And the ramp slowly descends from the ship, and Tazi slowly walks his dad up the ramp, A1 following behind. Redemption is played using the Star Wars role-playing game system by Fantasy Flight Games and Lucas Books. If you enjoy Redemption, please reach out to us on social media. Our Facebook and Twitter pages can be found at RedemptionPod, and we have our website as well, redemptionpodcast.com. Please look for us on Instagram as well. We recently started an account with Redemption Podcast. Review the show for us on iTunes, Stitcher, or other podcasting applications you may use. This does help people locate the podcast, and it does spread the word for us so more people can hear our thrilling story. If you're enjoying the story that Redemption tells and would like to offer us some support, we do have a Patreon page at patreon.com/redemption. All funds collected from the page are used to help us upgrade our equipment and make sure we're telling the best story we can with the best quality equipment that we can. Thank you very much.